is in calm. Buy 10 cars, who cares? But impure states of the mind, when it does anything in the world, it do the best in the world, and still you have problem. Do the best to your honey, and honey complains. from your side, you do the best, but still there is a blame and there is a complaint. And you already have that experience. Everyone has that experience. So what to do in that scenario? So we have to find out where the peace and happiness are located. No one can make me peaceful and happy in the world. No situation, no amount of money, no location, no situation. The happiness is within you. See, now you have happiness inside you, and now you are dealing with the honey, you are dealing with the daughters, you are dealing with the people and the relationship. You have that happiness inside you, and now happiness and the peace is dealing with the problem. So even if there is a problem outside, you continue to be in the state of peace and happiness. You are not able to disturb, but you are trying to extract. You receive the happiness from others. Honey, do you love me? No, I hate you. So now you have a big problem. But if your happiness is inside you and honey says this, you say, thank you, honey. Sometimes you hate and sometimes you love. It's okay. It's a part of the journey. How long we will continue to live in that state? Every day we have some form of anxiety and duality and a conflict. Today everything is goody-goody. Everyone loved you, so you are happy, and tomorrow everyone. So we depend on others for our happiness, but happiness is inside us. So if as long as we do not think in this way, one, and second thing, we do not work on our mind to discover that peace and happiness inside us, there is no remedy of the problem and the suffering in the world. I heard in India also, in India when I was before 2007, that one American, perhaps from Virginia, married 10 times. Lucky, isn't it? so, okay, you say not lucky, but before marrying 10 times, he went to a psychiatrist and asked the psychiatrist, what's the problem with these girls? Or do I have a problem with myself? The psychiatrist said that you have a problem with your mind, with your perception, the way you approach the world. You approach the world with an idea of possessiveness. I possess the mouse, see that I'm sitting in front of the computer, so I can do anything I like with the mouse. So psychiatrist told that once you marry, after that you treat these girls as if it is a machine, and they will always listen to you. They don't have any independence and freedom. And that is the reason you have to divorce 9 times. Now is the time to change your mind. For example, you see the person in front of you, and that person causes the anxiety in you. So, where is the anxiety? Anxiety is in my mind. And if I change my mind, that anxiety is gone. And that now I realize that person is not responsible for my anxiety. No one is responsible for any anxiety, any suffering in the world outside. But why it happens then? It happens because of the impurities in the mind we discussed in couple of sessions So how those impurities enters into the mind? Those impurities enter. So that impurities, I told you, have 6 enemies of the mind. You have a binding desire. I desire you give peace and happiness to me. I desire a house will make me happy. Nothing, not at all. You needed only hardly how much? 4 square feet of the space in the practice to experience the calmness. Do you see that? In meditation, you hardly need 4 square feet of the space. You have 4,000 square feet of the space. Will it make you happy? I have to analyze, I have to examine. But yes, I need it. So that need should not become the binding desire. If the need becomes the binding desire, then the 6 enemies will take hold of you. Oh, let us go and find out the house. It's okay. For my daughter, it's okay. For honey, it's okay. For me, it's okay. Everything is okay. You have a dog also. Okay. So you have for dog, it's okay. So look from that perspective. Look from that perspective, easy to reach, easy of access, protection, safety. And then, the houses are like a guest house, we have been changed. You're living in your parents' house, then you're living in another house, then you're living in this house. I changed 10 homes in this journey. In Indonesia, I was a diplomat and I had a big mansion given to me by the Indian government. And when I landed up in US, I lived in North Brunswick. Oh, it was hardly very small, rented 2-bedroom. These are guest houses. They keep on changing. So come back. Once we have a binding desire, we have these 6 enemies. And these 6 enemies, we should remember, desire causes the anger and upset. And desire also means desire, you fulfill one desire, you are satisfied. And I can bet you, you find the house of your dream and you move there. Next month, you will find you are not satisfied. There is something short. So you see that satisfaction and dissatisfaction, they are the 2 sides of the coin when you are seeking it from the world outside. So you seek the utility, you seek the need-based. And then you can find the house, you've seen the 10 houses and choose one. Finished. So the 6 enemies we have to remember. The desire either results into agitation or stress or greed. And these 3 factors results into delusion. And delusion, after the 5th factor, is the pride, the ego. And the sixth factor is the jealousy. So if I'm jealous of someone outside, think that my mind is very impure. I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful. And this mind is so crazy that it will create a jealousy even on which is not at all possible. Look at you, you are so beautiful and I'm not so I'm jealous of you. So jealousy has no foundation at all. I'm talking about it. It has no foundation. We don't see it that way. Because you don't see it, then you are jealous, you keep burning yourself, you feel disturbed sleep, you have anxiety, you have duality, you have a conflict, but the jealousy remains. Jealousy is the last of the sixth enemy. It contains all the elements of binding desire, hesitation, greed, delusion, and the ego. You are wise, that's why I'm trying to make you understand. So these six enemies, how these six enemies, they remain, they are hiding behind our normal social activities. You cannot see the greed for the money in someone, but through the expression, through your mental and the emotional makeup, you can find out. Say, for example, who is there?
A cat.
Oh,
She makes
God.
sticks.
So look at the impure states of the mind is the money mind. So the money mind, that I have an obsession with the wealth and the material possession. And when I look at my neighbor, he has bigger home and he has more wealth, he has more cars. So instantly the mind picks up the jealous element. So why mind picked up the jealous element? Because I have an obsession with the wealth and the material possession. Why it takes place? Because I constantly compare myself with others. There is another factor, that I have a fear of losing money, not having enough. But from where this comes? So if you look into those six factors, do you remember? Binding desire. Because of the binding desire, you have an hesitation or stress in the mind. If the desire is not fulfilled, if you are not satisfied. But if you are satisfied, it results into the greed, obsession, and the craving. All the three factors results into the delusion. Delusion results into the pride, and the pride results into the jealousy. All these six enemies of the mind are constantly at work if I don't learn this Eastern wisdom. They take a toll on your physical well-being, on your social, professional, in your family life. They cause a lot of disturbances. No one else causes any disturbances outside. So what we are understanding, the money mind. So I explained to you that once we have an obsession with the wealth and the material possession, so I have a constant comparison. That is an element of jealousy. But also there are inner reasons. I have fear of losing the money and not having enough. So what is the problem? The problem is the greed, dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction, the second enemy has come. Strained relationship. So then I have a strained relationship. You cannot earn little more honey so that I should fly in the jet. And the worst part of this money mind is that mind is, because you are totally obsessed with it. You're obsessed with it. And that obsession is constantly working in you, inside you. Outside you look normal. and that results into an unethical behavior. We want to now grab money in unethical ways. So you see, because of the six enemies, because of these six enemies, this attitude, this behavior changes. Now look at when normally people say, when I observe people that whether they understand these principles or not, I ask quick questions, and from there I understand, I pick up. Take another example of monkey mind. Monkey mind, we say that the mind is constantly running on different objects, on different thoughts and different feeling, on different emotions. Because the mind is not staying focused on one thought, one emotion. That is what is known as the wandering mind. Is your mind wandering anywhere while listening to me?
No.
So that is good. That's another check. So you see what happens, initially our mind starts wandering on different thoughts and feeling and emotions, and we don't care, we take it for granted. Now this mind has acquired a habit. It has become a habit. Why this habit? This is a habit of stimulation. My mind now enjoys that stimulation from one thought to the other thought. Because it enjoys that stimulation, and that is why it has the inability to focus. Are you getting it? It don't have the ability to focus on the present moment, and that results into restlessness and dissatisfaction with our current experiences. And what are our current experiences? It is the stimulation of jumping from one thought, one feeling, one act to the other. And what is the problem with the monkey mind is the procrastination, superficiality, impulsive nature, lack of depth. So what happens? We may suffer from chronic frustration. You'll be surprised, feeling unfulfilled. We may suffer from a strained relationship with the near and the dear ones. So at the root, just you don't go too far, how the six enemies were present in the mind because of sankalpa and the vikalpa, from where the sankalpa and the vikalpa have come, from the vasanas, from where the vasanas have come, from the previous birth and in current life, the way we are living with our present life. So I'm not asking you to go so deeper. Just start with the six enemies of the mind. We will talk again and understand deeply.